The pain. Was good, was good. It's your boy Hard Will, aka Will, chilling with my bro. You already know from the 4-0 Worldwide L, aka Chef Mayberry. And
You going to the game on Friday? Text me. Shout out.
yeah, we doing a lot of game stuff. You know, meet my bro in Atlanta if you gonna pull up. That's the next game. You know what I'm saying? JJ, salute. JJ, you gotta come to a Nick game to get up with us too. We met up with my man Fly C Mac. C Mac, shout out C Mac if you in the building. Pull up. C Mac was at the game. So story is crazy, y'all. Let me tell you. C Mac, y'all never believe this. C Mac was sitting next to Tim, bro. They didn't even know who they was, bro. Tell me that ain't crazy. I'm gonna tell you this again. C Mac was sitting next to Tim, bro. They did not plan that, nothing. That's just the energy we got on the pods, bro. And then Tim already was there to meet us, because and then Tim met up. Yo, the C Mac from the world. Yo, I'm Tim. Oh, wheeling him down there. So we met outside. We chilled outside, took pictures with him. So that's C Mac in the picture with us. I should have wrote his name, but I just wanted to let the people know. That shit was dope.
Shout out
the
C-Mac.
podcast real is fire. And you think he just a troll? Nah, bro. Son ain't a troll. Son ain't a troll.
Yeah, we're gonna try to have some fun out here in the A Friday.
Salute, y'all. Everybody in the chat. JJ, Cormega, Geraldine, Andrew, David L, Corey Lee. Salute, y'all. Hope everybody's well. We got to get this win today. I was right there when RJ dunked the ball to tie it up, yo. I was right there on the floor. I ran up the stairs.
How was that? How was the energy? How was the energy? Tell the people in the chat, how was the energy?
Yo, I lost my mind when my son came down and dunked the ball. Greeny was there. Greeny sat outside like, yo, Hard Will. He pulled the jersey out his bag. He was like, yo, Hard Will, when RJ dunked that ball, son, I saw you. We was going crazy in there. Yo, bro. Telling you, we was right there behind the rim. Kurt Thomas was right there, bro. We was talking to him. He signed the jersey for one of the sponsor friends, for Eddie friend.
Shout out Eddie in the building.
Eddie F in the building. Salute. Yeah, shout out to the sponsors. Yeah, man, like some stuff was happening so naturally. You could just tell that, we supposed to be there. We supposed to be in the building, how everything went as far as outside, how people met each other, how we was partying with Kurt Thomas. The atmosphere, the fans, people was just talking to me that I never really knew. Some people knew who I was. It was fire. It was fire, bro. It was fire. Then we ran into Han, Wally. They like, yo, J Boogie. No, I'm saying, yeah. Word. They know J Boogie.
Shout out Wally. Alan Han.
They know how it will. So all that stuff to me is a part of what we do. We don't do shows. We're gonna start doing, like, we gotta start staying on more schedule with our show. I want to grow the show more. Sometimes we be working outside, like L going to the next game in Atlanta. So if we have to miss a show, we doing other work. Like I was telling Boog, sometimes when you get the photos and you actually go into the game and you meeting people, and you shaking hands, you taking pictures, that shows more of the whole thing of what we're doing. That's what Sim, all the other, a lot of podcasters do it that way. Go to games, and soon you could come to the game with us, book tickets. That's something that we about to have soon, I think Ed was saying. So
yeah,
so it's a lot of exciting things. And L gonna be at the Atlanta game. If you in Atlanta, tap in, or if you in the area, buy a ticket. You could buy a ticket in the cheap seat, he said, and you could probably walk down.
Definitely can walk down. Definitely can walk
right,
down.
Ed, tell him. Look, he said you never had a fan. Yeah. Ed's man got his jersey signed, son, from Kurt. And look, how ironic he had on the Kurt Thomas jersey. That was the crazy shit.
That's the chances of that.
That's what I'm saying. Plus C-Mac sitting next to Tim, all the stuff that happened. Yo, RJ came down. Tom is running down. I don't know what the play is. I'm looking like, what is he about to do, bro? Yo, son, he crossed your man. What's his name?
Scotty Barnes.
Scotty Barnes had him on the wrong side. Barnes was all over here. They showed a picture. He caught him, hit him all up here. I know
And
we ain't
one.
win. I said
And
and
one.
one, and the referee knew they was wrong, so the NBA tried to say it wasn't no call. I take that though. We beat
You
them
know,
on their
like
court. If we lose like that, Brunson should have made that free throw. I
I
ain't
mean,
blaming him, but I felt like
Brunson,
Brunson is clutch.
Randell, you know, I like teams like Toronto. I want to see how we play against Miami. These are the teams that I always feel like give us the most challenging. Even when we play against Boston, they either gonna blow us out or they're gonna have an off night and we're gonna blow them out. You know what I mean? But we not on a level. But
Mhm.
that's how that game's going.
But
But when we compete against Miami's and the Toronto, it's almost like the coaching styles is mirror images of each other. Even the Carlisle teams, the Rick Carlisle team, there's like a mirror image. So it's like you playing against the teams is constructed the same. You know, the talent is different, but the teams is going to
Mhm.
play the same. So I always look
Mhm.
forward to like when they play against the Toronto, the
Mhm.
Miami's,
Mhm. Mhm.
them kind of teams, because the challenge is gonna be there. You're gonna see you're gonna see things that you usually don't see from your team. It's gonna test your team, and then games like that will test your team to see where they at mentally, physically.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Because that was a physical game on Monday. So I know y'all
Mhm.
guys definitely enjoyed watching a game like that. That's like an old throwback, old school game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
I
one of
feel
them
you.
games. Mm-hmm.
Nah, that's a
Got
fact.
our real king, Don Poole in the building.
Don Polo, what up, man? Happy New Year. Good to see you. Happy New Year to everybody that we didn't see yet for the new year. Sporty
Mm-hmm.
Shorty in the building. Salute. What's good, bro? Yeah, yo. it was a good game. Um, like I said before, I feel like we in these games, and to me, that's all you want as a fan of a Nick coming from where we came from. That we got to fight a chance every time. You know what I'm saying? And you know, hold on, let me post this. I see Eddie write something. So my thing is like that's a ball bounce. That's a referee call. Or, once we go on overtime, we supposed to win that because of the simple fact of, you know, we beat them last game. We on our court. We got too many weapons. You know what I'm saying? Scotty Barnes made some big free throws. And I thought about because I even seen, I think Simmons did a show saying we need some goons. And I felt like that's a good point because even before, you know how I think DeRozan did it to us. We on the foul line in a clutch game and somebody walk over to you and whisper something to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you ain't really like that, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know you ain't like that, son. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need some goons like that. You know what I mean? And maybe I seen Cam Reddish for Bull Up. What you think about that? Let's talk about that for a second.
I mean, I sound like a broken record talking about that damn bench. I've been talking about that bench forever. You know,
Hmm.
even at, as we do the 15 game, where the Knicks is after every 15 games, the bench has seemed to be the Achilles heel of the team. So then everyone wanted to point to Tibbs playing these guys 40 minutes. I mean, he ain't got no choice. So I want to say this, like, the front office, y'all got to make something happen right away. Y'all got to do something. Y'all can't wait so long to do it. You got to do it now.
Hmm.
The team is moving. So you got to come, whatever you move you're going to make, you got to move it now. Don't make to the trade deadline, trying to get ahead of the curve and
Hmm.
not be in that same huddle with everybody else. Kind of separate yourself from everybody else. So you definitely need to make a move because the bench, I mean, we done seen McBride. I mean, you know what he is. And
Hmm.
he's a situational player that you'll put in and situations, whether it be defense or just need
Hmm.
another guard out there for a sec. But he's not he can't give us nothing offensively. I don't know what's going on with Obi. It's been kind of that season for him. So
Hmm.
his ship might be sailing too. So
For
they
Obi,
got it for
I
Obi
think
too.
I think Obi
Wait, hold
got
on. I didn't
time.
know Obi. I didn't know Obi was like 25 years old. Yeah, your shit might be sailing. Oh, you know what I mean? I didn't know you was that old. I thought I keep thinking
I think he
I
got
keep thinking he
time
young.
because it is a lot of talent coming.
Mm-hmm.
But Obi was talent when he came in because he was player of the year in college. So they all gonna have to adjust to NBA. And some of the guys that kind of didn't really go at the pace that still stagnated, like Obi, still have a chance because they know the system already. And don't get me wrong, a lot of talent that's coming in is going to adapt real quick because they talented like that. You know what I'm saying? But Obi came in with talent too. So it goes with the system, the team you on, your role. It's a lot of stuff tying to it. That's why I like to blame the coaches or the decision in the direction that they choosing to go in over like letting players really get better the right way as far as like, but they feel like the way they doing it works and it looks like it's not such of a bad idea right now. So not to say who am I, but as long as it works, I'm cool with it. You feel me? Like if it works for the Knicks, I'm cool with it because they can't really go backwards after they chose to keep going in their direction. They can't go in the way we think we saying that they should have went in. They kind of got to follow their plan and continue to go on that way. Bring in somebody else to fit in because then it could look like this is what we planned. Especially if they do decent with this year, kind of how we looked at the Giants and the Jets. They overachieving right now. Even the Jets overachieved. I met a Jet fan today. He was talking about how y'all could get. It's a lot of stuff we got to talk about, bro. He was talking about how y'all could get. What's my man name from the Ravens? Lamar. How
He said,
y'all could get Lamar.
I don't know your name, but that's dope. He said, look, he said, come once to a basketball game in the EuroLeague. I promise you that the teams, the terms of cheering, you will not experience such a thrill from fans of cheering, lighting smoke, flares, firecrackers, and cursing. Yeah, it probably is like that.
I know it's like that overseas. It's real.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Players play over
I
there.
watched the what's that
I could
the
play
league
over
with
there
Stephon
right now,
Marbury at? What's the
homie.
league
What's your
Stephon
name?
Marbury in?
Make sure you subscribe, homie. Thanks for your comment. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate you coming in, fam. What you said? Oh, he's in the China. He's a coach. Stephon is a
He's a
coach.
coach, right?
Marbury.
So in that league, I saw them
Mhm.
doing the fireworks and the firecrackers and all that indoor with the smoke and the dragons coming out, be bouncing, be like, ding.
Yo, look what
You see-
Greg said.
huh?
People just noticing the tape is off the logo. He said, "Let's go."
Let's
He said, "Let's
go.
go."
Let's go. The tape is off the.
Oh,
I saw what I needed to see, Greg.
he said, "Bring in Montrezl Harrell." One
I
of the bar.
saw
Oh,
the
that's
game
Goon's fave.
against Indiana. I seen that.
Mm-hmm.
I seen what I needed to see. But the Knicks still got to play right. The players still got to play right. It's times when you look at the team, and that's the reason why we got the questioning, the thumbnail today about who's the captain clutch, on this team. The team still has to play right, no matter what. They have to play right. The X came down because I got to give the front office, even though we may not see it, I may not see it their way, but I'm not the one in the seats. They are. So it doesn't matter how I see it or how anybody else see it. They're gonna move the way how they want to move. And no one thought the Knicks would be playing like this. So you got to give them some kind of credit. Yeah, they had to pivot and do it all over again. But hey, the players that they drafted is there and they contributed. Even McBride, he's not scoring, but defensively he is. So he's contributing some way. It's unfortunate like the guys that sit on the bench can't help the team contribute because to me, that's kind of the reason why we lose them close games because you playing these guys so long that come that time of the game, they ain't got nothing left. But you can't blame them because the bench ain't giving them nothing.
Yeah, somebody wrote that. I think Don Puller said that earlier.
Yeah, the bench
He
ain't
don't
giving them
knock
nothing.
Tibbs. He said he don't knock Tibbs for it.
You can't. They're not getting.
But
I mean, it's because
no, but that was the problem I always had, L.
Mm-hmm.
That okay, play them guys most of the game, but now rest them right and manage the minutes right. You pointed out all the time how he didn't have to put them in certain situations. That's what we talking about. We're not talking about to win.
Mm-hmm.
Win. We know you going all in to win, Tibbs. We not knocking you. Do the best
But a
you
game
can.
like
Cool.
Toronto, see a game like Toronto, how do you really rest them guys? See the game I'm talking about, we up 27. So that's when you're supposed to think
No, I
strategically
know.
about
No, that's
right.
why
So
I
the game
said we're
against
not
Toronto,
complaining
you
about that.
couldn't really rest them. The bench had to give you a reason on why to rest them. You know, the bench had to be playing good
Oh,
to
look what
keep
Jay.
them out there. IQ is the only one that's he's been the only one that's been playing good. But even
Mm-hmm.
his little production is only going to be a quarter of what the benches should be giving you. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
when he took Derrick Rose, whatever, I don't know, Derrick Rose, he Father Time caught up to him or whatever. But
Mm-hmm.
they didn't replace that scoring once you took him out the lineup. You know what he was supposed to be able to contribute to this team. They never replaced that. So it's like if you're gonna take that person out, you got to replace him with a player. You replace him with a negative as far as scoring. McBride doesn't score. You know he plays defense, but he doesn't score. So you're not getting no kind of points. So you can't even. There's no extra extended amount of minutes that McBride is going to play because of that. Because he's not scoring. He's out there, but he's not scoring. So that second unit, if we up by 10, they only job is to try to hold that 10-point lead to try to stop the other team for the next 9 minutes or next 3 minutes. Because I think that's what they play 3-4 minutes or
Mm-hmm.
whatever for them next 4 minutes to try not to let the other team score while they in the game. Sound crazy, but that's what happened. We all see it. That's their
No,
job.
but
Their job
see,
is to go out there and try
no,
to stop.
but really, what I be talking about is, if I think somebody just wrote it too, 6 seed without a bench. But this is the thing. What you're doing is preparing your bench and preparing the other players that's not doing all that well, if they're gonna be on the team, to do what you're gonna need them to do in the playoffs in order to win more than one game. Because in the playoffs, they're gonna know what Randall want to do. They're gonna know what Brunson want to do. But there's too many people that they can shut down. We got too many weapons, but they gotta know. They gotta know that. Like, you know what I mean? Like RJ gotta know, even though he plays like he knows that, cool. If we gotta know, if you ain't making it, then it gotta be somebody. We gotta be a balance, because you can't double everybody. If you got three guys that could really fill it up, so then that's gonna cause problem for defenses. But the other guys that we speaking of, the bench guys or guys like Grimes, win or lose right now in the position we in, is really good for those guys to get minutes, because it's not enough time. It's not enough for those guys to win or to go to at least the second round without building those other guys up. I mean, even if we bring in help, it's not gonna make sense. Plus, we better hope our guys don't hit a wall, because you could hit a wall, bro. You could get in the playoffs and get swept because you gave everything to get there. And
They
sometimes you
need to
fighting,
get there. Yeah.
yeah, you fighting too hard, and you know what I mean. You could arrest guys and develop your team. That's why you see guys take breaks sometime and let other guys play. That's just to prepare them guys in the way that team choose to prepare them guys. But either way, that's the ultimate best way to prepare a player. Especially if you're already
There go
good.
your
You
guy,
know what I mean?
C Mac in the building.
Like, I was just talking about you. Oh, we put him up. My bad. Salute. Good to see you, bro. I was just talking about you. Yeah, I was telling him how you was sitting next to Tim like that. I told the whole story, letting some of the people know, like, we be at the games and stuff, and we chill outside. It was just a blessing that the weather was so nice, Al. Like, it was like 50 degrees. We was just able to chill outside. If it wasn't, I was not standing outside, bro. I don't play that. Even though we from Far Rockaway, it be too cold in New York. Keep it real. But yeah, man. Back to the point of it. The other guys need to develop throughout this process to know what they got to do when they get in position. Because right now, I always used to say it, when coaches tap on a guy to go in, you know, he do good against us because we don't know what he got. And that's what Tibbs got to have ready. You got to have a secret weapon. Quickly is that type of a guy too. Now that
Yeah.
RJ's back, and quickly went back to the bench, even though it looks like he's playing quickly, RJ and Brunson, because, like, remember I was saying on the last shows that um quickly was able to do his thing, and not that he had to build trust with Tibbs, but build trust with Tibbs. You know what I'm saying? Like, to like, now he's plugging them in faster than he was before in more situations, because what he did when RJ was out. See what I'm saying? He's seeing things now, and that's only because quickly got better throughout that process. So did Grimes. dudes are getting better. Even McBride is getting better. But just because we seeing things that we don't like, that's part of it. That's part of it. Even
That's
if you
true.
get a better player, he's gonna make mistakes. He
That's
is.
true. That's true. I mean,
So it's
but
like
you
it
know, we seeing
depends
what we
what
need
you
to
paying
see.
for. Uh-huh.
McBride is getting it. He's getting it to do. He's getting the playing time. iHeart is getting the playing time. Obi is getting the playing time. You gotta make the coach leave you out there. That's I always say that. You gotta force Tibbs' hand, whoever the coach is, to leave you out there. But they're not giving us. They're getting it's a lot of donuts from that second unit. Hard. It's a lot
No,
of
I
donuts, and I'm
understand.
quite sure. And I'm quite sure if them guys play and you out there and you balling, we seen that from Tibbs early in the season. He'll leave them guys out there for extended amount of time
So
and let
what
them play because
happened
they
though?
playing.
What happened? Because you
I
before
don't
they was
know.
one of the best benches in the league. You said.
That's before the
So
season
what's the
started,
problem?
though. I don't know.
No,
I
but
think the
who's missing from the bench that made it a
Rose,
big difference?
Rose, Rose. Yep.
Rose. Shout out Chuck in the building. What's good, Chuck?
Yeah. So you took that away and you never replaced it with that veteran leadership for the second unit.
Mm-hmm.
You got in mind, you look at the
Mm-hmm.
second unit, you got all young bloods out there. You know what I mean? You do. You got all young bloods. You got IQ, Obi, McBride, iHeart. You know what I mean? Then you got to throw RJ back out there just to hold it down with them. So you got all young bloods. Where your veteran at? You know, you need your little
They
vet in there.
just the bench. You said
You
they in
need
there
your
just
veteran
to
out there.
try to get some stops and stuff like that.
You
Remember,
need your
Grimes used
veteran.
to
You
be a
need
part of it.
that veteran leadership out there on that second unit. It's not there. It's not there. It's
But
not there.
wasn't
Derrick
Grimes
Rose
a
will tell
part
you
of
that.
it too?
He say you can't like when you on the bench, cats don't listen to you as much as you on the bench as opposed to when you in the game playing. So he on the
Oh, word.
sideline. Yeah, Rose said that. Yep. He said so. He know
He
he's
said,
like because he said he used to do that when he was playing. You know, like yo, what you talking about? You on the bench. You know what I mean? In his mind, you know, you on the bench. What you telling me? I'm, you know. So he said the cats don't listen, but if you out there and you playing with them and you putting that work in, they're gonna respect it. The fact that you out there and you putting that work in, so they're gonna listen to you. He's not out there.
mm-hmm.
So and I'm not saying like Derrick Rose is the Derrick Rose, but you missing that leadership, you missing that point production from Derrick Rose that we got last year, the year before that. You know what you was gonna get. You knew you was at least gonna get it probably like about 11, couple of dimes. You know what I mean? And you knew that he could hold it down if needed to be out there in crunch time with the starters. You knew he can do that as well. So he ain't really got that player. So the bench is
Well, they got to get better. And I mean, if they make a move, I guess I think you know what too. Being that we just sit in Cam there, that's hurting us. You know, that's really hurting us because that's another player that we would have playing. excuse me, with the bench.
bless you.
And thank you. And I think that's stuff like that could hurt you because Cam is a threat. Somebody like Bullock, like I said, they want to trade Cam for Bullock. Somebody like that could score the ball. And one offensive player off your bench could make other players better, or another decent player could make other players better. And Cam would have been able to do that. Whatever the situation may be. Yeah, we understand he's being moved, but you got to think about that. When a player replaces him, he's going to bring a lot to that unit. A Reggie Bullock defense could hit the three. He'll be paired up with Quickly or somebody like that. That's a good bench player. Because he even started on, or will he start and will Grimes go back to the bench and
No,
be with Quickly? You don't know that.
no, nah,
Messing with Tibbs? What?
nah,
Grimes be getting
nah.
cooked lately. Bullock is not letting people cook him. They need somebody on the court. Listen, they need somebody on the court who's going to guard the best player. And that's what Bullock used to do. RJ ain't doing good with that. Neither is Brunson. Yes.
No, they can. Neither
And
one of them can
Grimes
do
is
it because
getting
they got it.
cooked. Grimes is getting cooked as well. And he's young, so I expect that. But that's a reason why Tibbs will put him back in the second unit. I'm
Shout out
telling
to
you.
my man
Brunson
Boulevard in the
started.
building.
What's good, Boulevard?
Boulevard, text me.
Brunson
You going to the
start.
game on Friday? Text me, Boulevard.
Yo, bro, Brunson start on, not Brunson, I'm sorry. Bullock starts on Dallas. Don't he start? Do you know?
I don't know. I know he
Yeah, he
can
get
start. I
cooked
know
a
he
lot,
has
JJ.
started for them.
I know he started.
I think Grimes plays good against taller defenders for some strange reason. Them little short dudes, like the Van Fleets, the Holidays, them little tough little guys. He seemed like he have his problems, but I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know.
He
I don't
like
know why.
room attitude. I
Hmm?
don't know what that is. Bullock got chemistry with JB, so Grimes will, and oh, that's true. I thought about that earlier. He got chemistry with Bullock. I mean Brunson already. So Bullock and Brunson played together on Dallas. That's a fact, David. Knicks won 6 of the last 7 versus Wizards. Yeah, and the Knicks beat the Warriors for the first time in 7 years or something like that. And so did the Bulls. That's how you could tell how bad it was. They wasn't beating not even a regular season game. Like the Warriors had year stretches, 5 to 7 years.
Yeah, I mean, we ain't beating them at home. That was our first time beating them at home. But
Who?
the Knicks, it's their
Raptors?
first time beating them at home. No, the Golden State. They've been beating us at the
Oh yeah.
Garden for 10 years or whatever the streak was. They've
Hmm.
been beating us at the Garden. I think the last time we beat them, I think who was it? Raymond Felton. Who was the guard at the time?
That's a shame, right? See, L, you know what I want to say? That's why I be saying what I be saying about I'm happy where we are.
Mm-hmm.
Not overrating and saying this is crate gonna be too fast, but compared to where we was, you had to go all the way back and try to think the last time we just beat a team. That's crazy, bro. And we just stayed fans. That's what I'm saying. I understand how people could still complain about certain stuff, knowing we came from that. Like I've been a Knicks fan longer than that. Like, so I just I just keep it a buck, bro. Be excited that you guys could be in games like this because we were seeing Jordan coming to the garden when I was in the garden watching Jordan or players from then cook us, bro. Cook us.
Cookers.
When
Shit,
I tell you, bro,
Van Fleet be cooking us at the Garden. Van,
yeah,
Van Fleet, he got a bad back. He like, yo, he like, we playing the Knicks, shoot me up. I'm playing.
yeah. And that's why
I'm
I got a feeling
playing.
more players gonna want to come here, bro, because they love playing good here.
It's
So
different though. It's
think
different
about it.
though,
If
hard. You
they
know that.
no, but look, check it out though. Now, no, but see, you know why it's not different too much now, L? Because what we was just saying, how what we come from and what the fans have now about how they have something to be excited about way more than what we did because we had to keep going against Jordan or Iverson or you know what I'm saying? All these errors of talent, the level of talent that was out there that we didn't have. You know what I mean? And then even when we got Melo, it didn't go nowhere. You know what I mean? So the point is this: they have something to be excited for. So it's a difference now. You get what I'm saying? So not only about the fans, also players in the league, they look at it like, yo, the Knicks is good now. The Knicks got it. They all right. They got money. They got decent this. They got the Brunson. All he doing is he either making dudes want to play with him or respect him. That's the only thing it is. Only the other two. It's one or the other. And that's why you hear them good defensive guys saying, you know, Brunson was a hard guy to guard. Or da, da, da. Either you want to play with him or you're going to respect him. Either way. And that's what Brunson is bringing. Even Randall playing like this, it changes the dynamic. RJ dunking like he did in that situation. You know, it's certain things that players look at and say, yo, I could play for the Knicks, man. I could plug right in. Not saying Van Fleet, because Van Fleet is a guard. Brunson and Van Fleet, that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, players though around the league that could probably come and be a shooting guard on this team. We need a shooting guard. RJ, move to the 3. Sorry. Grimes, move to the bench.
Ground moves. The bench need help.
Yeah.
Need help. We need help.
Move to the
The bench.
bench.
This is part of the reason. I'm gonna open up the chat. I'm gonna open up the thing. Um, it's part of the reason. It's part of the reason we not winning these games. But when you look at the reason we losing all these close games that we was
Shaq
up by
hating
so
himself
much.
said the Knicks are terrible. When he said that, JJ, Shaq always saying something. I don't really pay it. Shaq is like, I don't know what his problem be. Like, I think they be narrative chasing. Like, it's so easy to just say I was wrong and move on. Dudes want to keep like makes us way better. Just because you said they wasn't gonna be good, like a lot of people say you was wrong and then move on. So that's what it be, I think, JJ. A lot of dudes said things early and they try to stick with it. You know what I mean? Try to do like go hard too hard with the prediction shit, like prediction stuff. You know what I mean? Excuse my language. And that's another thing. I was giving some of the YouTube out subscribers, like some couple young kids. I was like, I'm gonna start watching my language on the show, just without cursing. That's what I'm gonna start doing
He
because
cussing
we're
like
gonna
a
start getting
sailor.
that's what I'm saying. We're gonna give young kids the link to subscribe. Then let's and even when we tell people up here, give your take professional and um don't talk forever. So we
Don't
know we
talk
go in the
forever.
barbershop. But
keep
we
keep
I
it
ain't
keep
we
it
no more
keep it
cursing
quick.
on For the Love of the Game. No more
Keep it
cursing.
quick.
It's about to
I
be
can't. I
kids
ain't
can
gonna
watch
make
the
that kind
show.
of. I ain't gonna make that kind of commitment. I know I'm a curse, especially about these.
Yeah,
Especially about
but
these
we got
Knicks.
sponsors and stuff now, and we getting more
I
sponsors.
know. I'm gonna slip
So
up. I'm.
so
I'm. I'm
I'm
just keeping
trying
it.
not to curse. No, I'm not saying you. If you slip up, then it's like but it's like if we know how we going a certain way, then
Like
after
the
hours
shit's
that's
not
different.
eat.
No, that's what just somebody was even telling me today. So I thought about it. I was like, that's true because I don't have to, but you could if you do. You do. It ain't
Try
gonna
dropping the
really
f
harm nothing.
bombs. The figgity
But at
figgity
the end of
figgity
the day, the sponsors,
figgity figgity figgity.
you know what I mean? I want Coca-Cola, other sponsors. Corey Lee come in playing this TV in the background. You see? What's good, Corey Lee? You got a TV playing, bro, in the background. Mute it or when you're ready to
My
speak.
bad, fellas. I'm trying to turn it down now.
All right,
Let's put,
bro.
let's
It's
put you
all
on mute.
good. Just mute
Yeah.
yourself,
So
and then when you turn it down, it's all good.
when
He said
when you
Levine, LOL. Nah.
when you when you look at the Knicks in these games and they losing so close in the fourth quarter and
Mm-hmm.
everything seems to unraveling. I know myself, I could pinpoint to a lot of reasons on why that happens or why it
Mm-hmm.
does happen, but I wanted to get everybody else's take on what they thoughts on, what's the reason for because we're gonna say, and I'm gonna make it even harder for y'all. I'm gonna say without I'm gonna not even use the minutes as an excuse. So we're not even gonna be able to use the minutes as an excuse. So
Mm-hmm.
when y'all watching the game and you seeing it unravel right before our eyes, what do y'all think the issues are on why this team unravels down the stretch like that? Cole, you just came in, so you can get ahead of it. What you think?
Yeah, Cole, what you think?
Man, you just took a big one from me because I only thing I could think of was the legs, but because they're only in that 9-man rotation, but also too, just I don't know what they're doing pre-game. Like are they feeling it before the game? I think it's a lot of it's psychological. You understand what I'm saying? And those are just tough moments that you need to really ask your heart for a little bit more. You understand what I'm saying? You got to, and also too, rely on your fundamentals because as the game goes on, we step away from certain things from the fundamentals and lead more onto our athleticism or athletic ability. You understand what I'm saying? Where the fundamentals will do more for you. For example, when if RJ would have just boxed out Scotty Barnes, he would have never went to the line. Actually, when the ball went up, just turned and put his back on him and made it harder for him to even try to get a rebound instead of, what I'm saying, boxing him out instead of just trying to like push him away or just being tired for that moment. You understand what I'm saying? In those last sections of the game, that's when you really need to ask your body for more. That's just my take.
What you got on the heart?
Yeah, I think with the RJ situation, with that's like ball bounces, if you ask me. You're supposed to box your man, but And that's, I'm trying to remember the exact play. I know what Corey talking about though. I know what Corey Lee talking about because I felt like Scotty Barnes wasn't supposed to get that rebound. It was one of them, but it was a couple different offensive rebounds that they got. And that come part of the game. We still had a chance to win the game. We missed free throws.
Shout out, I man, Greeny.
Shout out Greeny in the building. Cover the spread. Yeah. Brunson missed a big free throw. You know, it come apart. It's part of the game. I ain't stressing because he had a great game. RJ would have got fouled. He would have went to the line. So it's a lot of ways you could look at that game at the end. Like I said, I'm cool as long as I know we in those games and we got a chance to win. Far as the end, when why do we always wind up losing more than we win? Because it's like the Knicks kind of trying to break that cycle because they kind of been doing decent at the end, better than they was. They were shooting free throws really well. They started to drop back. They was like, I forget exactly what position. They was pretty decent in the NBA in free throws. Now once that changed, you got different plays on the line at the end of the game. And like Corey said, a good point is that people legs get under you at the end of the game. And that's what we was talking about before you even asked this question in reference to Tibbs plugging in other guys just to buy minutes. And being that we have a whole player missing, that means a lot for a bench. A player like a Cam Reddish or Reggie Bullock or whoever replaced. Because remember, Fournier wasn't even really playing either. Ambrose. That's really two more players that could be in there. So you got all the players they put in active that's not really playing, and you get guys that fit what you're trying to do, right? That changes the dynamic of the bench. But what the key part is, where I'm getting at is he has to plug in guys that can do decent when he take those guys out. So when those guys get enough rest, when they come in at the end, they won't make those same mistakes that they make to lose those games. But remember, from the day before with the Knicks' hectic schedule, those guys aren't 100%, bro. Those guys aren't 100% as far as stamina. They fresh to start the game, but once they start running, all that other tired come back. Salute, keep turning the building. What's good? Happy New Year. All the fatigue. When you fatigue, you play ball. I play ball. You know what I mean? It's like a hot potato. It's everything is different. I tell my kids that. That's why my coach used to run us. We didn't understand. We go in the gym and we just running suicides. Tex used to do this to us. Like, damn, what, you don't like us? And then after a while at the game, we be in a timeout, and the other team, everybody got their hands on their knees, and we all standing up. And he looked at us and he said, "Look at that team. That's why I give y'all suicides like that." And we all looked at each other like, and we understood it. Like we like brought into it to like now we running the run. We ready to run suicides like because now we actually not tired. Like I'm still hype in the fourth quarter, going crazy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like guys got to really be in shape, but the coach got to prepare you a certain way to pull that off. And how do you do that? Yeah, guys got to have their own conditioning, and they have all that stuff in the NBA where they help you condition. But what it is with the guys that I'm mentioning that's not being used, it's hurting the starters' durability. That's a good word to use because it's a lot of miles going on them before the playoffs. And we mentioned it earlier. We don't want them to crash. You don't want to crash out in the playoffs because Randall need a break. So my last point on it is move some of these guys that you really not playing and don't want to play, but they trying to figure who they want and what they want to do, which I understand. Figure that out. Put some players in decent players we could plug in and replace a Cam Reddish, Rose, Fournier to blend in with Grimes if Grimes go back to the bench, Grimes might, depending on how much talent we bring in, because Grimes may get there if it's a Bullock or somebody, because Bullock could guard the best players. I'm talking about if we're gonna make a real run. But besides that, it'll be bench players playing with quickly. I want Sims. I'm kind of over iHeart because it looked like we wasting time there. And just bring other guys in to fill those other spots of the bench. And that's basically the take. People need to pay attention to where we being hurt and why. We're not using Cam. Fournier is only being used because of the situation. And Rose. That's 3 bodies, Al, that could be helping the starters rest more. And Quickly's better now doing better now coming off the bench from getting starting minutes. So he's going to play much better. Grimes would play better off the bench too because he got starting minutes. And that's what I used to argue with you about before. If you give these guys starting minutes, it gives them more confidence to actually show you who they are sometime, because they feel like it's time for me to step up. He giving me an opportunity, you know what I mean? So, but that's part of my take on at the end of the game. I think you're right about the stamina part and Corey Lee. But what's your take?
No, I think it's a lot of things when I'm looking at the game. I look at, in-game adjustment. I think the Knicks go to the well too much. It's Tibbs coaching, but because it worked with Brunson doing his thing in the fourth quarter. Other games, it may not be working at that very moment, and against Toronto, it didn't work. So you got to know how to, make the in-game adjustment, especially the in-game adjustment. You got to know that what you was doing, because they clearly dropped the ball. And I'm gonna say Brunson, Randell, and Tibbs. Them 3. Because clearly you had a player that was cooking at the time, and he was playing better than the both of them. But yet in the fourth quarter, crunch time, they took the ball away from him. You see what I'm saying? Like the Grimes pass was because it wasn't nothing else there. So the Grimes 3 came because it wasn't nothing else there. But the when they ignored RJ that fourth quarter, it didn't really make sense. And it was like almost when he took the ball and he went down coast to coast, it pretty much, to me, I'm not saying that's how he felt, but to me, it's like almost in the sense of saying, that's why y'all supposed to give me the ball, MFers. You know what I mean? Down, because that's what he do. He went straight to the hole, and we teach that, and that's what we was taught when we was coming up. You go to the hole, one or two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be in the situation to make the layup, or you're going to get fouled. When you
he caught them off guard, I think, right? He caught them off guard.
He said he said his whole thing was to go to the hole. He said his whole thing was to go to the hole. And then look at the results.
I wonder if that was what Tibbs drew up.
They had no timeouts. So he got the ball. He went coast to coast. He said he was going to the hole.
It was off of a timeout.
It was off of a missed
rebound. No. They scored.
Scotty Barnes missed the rebound.
But Scotty they scored to go up 2, and then RJ scored. I was there, but I was so
shit. Scotty Barnes missed the free throw. He went to the line because that was off of the Randall push in the back. And that's what Grimes had grabbed the rebound. So, and at that time we would have been down 1. Grimes grabbed the rebound. So, I see a lot of things when the fourth quarter come, all of a sudden the basketball guard sometimes they don't shine on us. We're not getting the offensive rebounds the way we're supposed to be, the way we're not supposed to be, but the way how the game was going and the way how Mitch be cooking, like all of a sudden the ball is bouncing the other team where they get second and third opportunities.
I think it's
to score.
I think it's your earlier point, L. They tired, bro. It's not that, bro. The end of the game is when your stamina really show. And he overusing those.
Well, I said take away the minutes point, so I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to talk about the game. I'm not going to use the minutes as I'm not going to.
I'm talking about stamina. No, because you said they normally do good at it, so that means that they would do if they were better conditioned, far as the bench giving them better minutes.
Of course.
So that's really what the problem is.
I'm just giving different views outside of using the minutes, because the minutes is there. We all know that. So I'm just giving different perspective of how to look at what's going on when you see the game and why they losing these close games down the stretch. It's poor game execution. That's when the Knicks go ISO ball. It's ISO, and Brunson is he's our leader, but you can't have 4 assists in a game like that though, Brunson.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have 4 assists in a game like that. See what I'm saying? That's a prime time game. That game you bring your A game and you look to get everybody involved. They dropped the ball on the RJ situation in that fourth quarter, and then he showed them. Randall, you at the free throw line. You can't even make your free throws. Brunson, you at the free throw line. This is the trend with them two. So it's not like it just happened at that game. These two missing these free throws down the stretch. And then RJ, what he do? He was hitting free throws before even got to the point of even needing to hit the free throws. When Clyde and them was saying, "Oh, look at RJ 2 clutch free throws." So he was hitting his free throws way before they even started missing their free throws, and they still dropped the ball. He was the most consistent scorer in that fourth quarter. He was the most consistent scorer in the second half of that game, but they dropped the ball. See what I'm saying? They dropped the ball because both of them wanted to get theirs, and they got theirs, but you can't get caught up until ISO ball when you're missing what's going on in real time. In real time, you should have been feeding RJ because couldn't nobody on Toronto stop him neither. So as much as Brunson wanted to go at Van Fleet, as much as Randall wanted to go after OG or Scotty Barnes, whoever was guarding him at the time, RJ could none of them guys stop RJ. Could none of them do stop RJ in the second half. So I just see a lot of things like that outside of using the minutes as a crutch.
Keith Turner said we need to upgrade the starting lineup. We need a wing legit shooting guard. They need to move RJ to the second unit. He can't guard anybody.
That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I mean, nobody don't see nobody else having trouble with defense on that team. I mean,
it's a lot of dudes that get in trouble on the defense. A lot of dudes that get trouble on the defense.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just about like you was just breaking down. He was the hot one. I mean, I'm watching it. That's a great point. But I think they try to balance it out. And Brunson got the ball in his hand.
You would think they would balance it out, but the assist doesn't. The assist is not for one of the things when I brought up Brunson early in the season that I thought I'd see more. I would see more assists from him. He's not even in like the top 50 like assists for the fourth quarter. And that kind of player that draw that kind of attention should have more assists. That's just my opinion when I look at the game. Because you're drawing a lot of attention. That goes for Brunson. Yeah. So he draws a lot of attention. It's the fourth quarter. The game is on the line.
But he's a shooting guard. And
I know that. But what I'm saying is when you draw that much attention, right? When you draw that much attention, someone is open. So when you driving through the lane and you facing double teams and triple teams like Randall do, is somebody open. Randall's falling into that problem now again, where he's forgetting how to pass out and waiting till the double team come to him, knowing that it's coming, knowing that you're supposed to make the quick move to get the ball out of there. Stop waiting for the double team to come and trap you off and then try to get rid of the ball. It doesn't work that way, Randall. I'm sorry. But I just think that when you draw a lot of attention, I don't care if you're a 2 guard, 3, 4, 5, you draw that much attention, you should have some assists in the fourth quarter. That's just how I feel. I mean, that goes for everybody. I'm not just pointing the finger at Brunson because he is who he is. He is who he is. But I just thought I'd see more assists from him than what I'm seeing from him. With him having the ball as much as he has the ball in his hand, especially in the fourth quarter. What's good, Greeny?
Let me ask Greeny. What's up, Greeny?
What's good, y'all? Big shout out to y'all.
Salute, bro. Did you see what Worldwide L was just talking about as far as what RJ was doing and them not really giving him the ball that way? They should have. Did you notice any of that when you was there and watching the game?
In overtime. And I was in the building. I had my Barrett jersey up in the air going crazy every single time. When he checked back into the game, I said, yes, finally. Like, I actually said, like, finally, he come back into – because we wasn't doing nothing. Like, I'm watching it – like, when you're watching the game in the Garden and you watching on TV, you're missing a lot of things. But you could feel the energy in who's really, in the game. Like, RJ was in that game the whole time. Like, you could see, like, get this man the ball. And how many shots he took in overtime?
I'm not sure. I mean,
he took the one float. Did he do the one little sideline floater, or was that what he got? No, he got fouled. He got fouled.
Yeah,
He missed
yeah,
the layup. He missed the layup and got the foul. Yeah, he
That's what I'm saying.
he hit
Like
the free throws he hit the free throws in overtime, right? So he got
yes,
the
yeah,
free
yeah,
throws.
yeah, and that
So
was it.
he hit.
After that, he didn't get nothing else. You feel me? Brunson and Julius
Yo,
Randle show.
Greeny, I look at it and I'm like, when I watch it, all right, when he
Yeah,
wasn't there,
and
it was
another
fine.
thing.
You know.
But then my thing is, we was in the Garden, bro. And look, this is before RJ even dunked on the dude. There was a play that happened, and Hardwell was sitting on the other side of the arena from me, but he was sitting in the same spot. And I don't know if he heard me, but I yelled. I said, "Ref, I can hear the skin all the way over here." I yelled it out while it was nice and quiet in the Garden.
Mhm.
So then I'm looking at the pictures and I see this dude arm on RJ. I'm like, the game would have been over, ref, if you would have just blew your whistle, bro. Dude, like, come on, bro. You getting dunked on at the last minute. All you gotta do is call foul, bro. And it was so loud in there, you can't even hear the whistle. Hardwell will tell you that you can't hear no whistle in there, bro. It's so loud, you can't hear it. You can't hear the whistle, bro. You just see them stop playing. You like, what happened? You can't. It's too loud in there, bro. You can't.
Yo, honestly, I was there and I didn't really look at the stat line, bro. I was so into the moment, the vibe, you know, everybody, we was together, you know. But now that I'm looking at the stats, bro, I don't understand how people could still like say anything about this kid. I try to fall back. I don't care. People could have their opinion. That's the type of host I try to be. But just make it make sense. That's all.
And then I watched them miss them free throws, right? Like I watched them. That
Here comes somebody else that was there.
And Hardwell could tell you, Hardwell was in the building. It looked like they had the game wrapped up. I'm like, yeah, the Knicks about to just get up out of here. I'm like, the Knicks about to get up out of here.
Now the little kid, yo, the kid that was next to me that was talking to Boogie, he kept saying to me, I don't know, Hardwell, we might be, I don't know if we got this one. That little kid was smart. He knew the game. He was like, yo, I don't know if we gonna win this one. I was like, nah, we all right. We all right. But
I knew we was done when OG hit them 2 threes, one on the left and one on the right. When I seen that, and I was sitting on that side, so I could see how open OG was. When he dimed it out, I said, "Yeah, that's good." He wide open. Ain't nobody near. Now, like, I'm glad I got that picture now because I can see how far the Knicks are off of them when they're in the corner shooting 3. You can't really see it on TV, but I could see the perfect angle. Like, he was nowhere near him, bro. Wide open every time.
And that was a foul. I'm glad they got the screenshot with them fouling the 9 guard on the dunk.
They
announced to the foul line and he make that.
They came out and said it was a foul, but they said that the foul didn't hinder his momentum going to the basket, so it didn't stop RJ from going to the basket.
They gotta stop.
That's a contradiction.
That's what they said.
That's a contradiction.
That's what they said.
It's a no. I'm not saying you, bro. Not you.
That's what they
but
said.
They saying it's a foul, but ain't no such thing as a
contact
foul,
was made. Contact was made.
Okay, my grandfather was a pastor in church, and he had a special sermon. He said, when you say a word and then you put "but" after it, everything you just said, you're negating everything. You can't just say "but." You can't just say it's a foul, but then that means it wasn't a like. You don't make you can't like you say you're contradicting your statement, bro. Don't make sense, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. I don't be getting.
It should have been over. That I jumped up out my seat. I was like, that's how you
Boogie, you muted,
Boogie. You close the game. That's how you finish.
Daughter, I think.
That's how you finish. That's what you do in crunch time. You go to the hole. You go to the hole. If you go to the hole, good things will happen.
And I just want to let y'all know, if y'all go back and watch that RJ Barrett highlight on ESPN YouTube, y'all gonna see Jay Boogie running down from the stairs.
Boog, you hear that? Boog, you hear that?
You can see Jay Boogie.
Boog
I heard what he
like
said. He
this.
right. I was talking to my daughter.
No, that was on Randell. That was on the Randell N1. He was like, I know they got that on MSG. Boogs know how to do his little WWF stuff. You know what I'm saying? This shit was fun though. We had mad fun in there, bro. I ain't going front, bro. We turned it up. And I screamed at Randell, yo, good hustle, Randell. He looked at me and was like, I'm like, yo, son, let me find out. Son looked at me like, yo, I know who F you is. I know who the bleep you is, son. That's how son looked. Word the mother. Because I was like, yo, good D, Randell. Good hustle. Son was hustling. They always hustling out there, bro. I ain't gonna hold you.
They be hustling. They be hustling.
Oh, let me
That was
good defense.
That was a miniature. that was a miniature version game of a playoff. That's what it was. It had like 40% of a playoff atmosphere type game. You know what I'm saying? Because we played them 4 times, and one is okay. We beat them twice. We won it. We was 1-1 on one another's court, but coming off, it's been a long time since we won in Toronto, and then forget just winning in Toronto. When have we ever beat them back to back? You know what I'm saying? And the atmosphere of that game was just electrifying. It was like, really lit, really turned up. You know what I'm saying? It was playoff atmosphere. People was really in tune with the games and everything, man. It was a lot going on. It was a lot going on in that building, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
may MLK continue on, you know what I'm saying, resting in heaven. Maybe may his words continue on, you know what I'm saying, spreading throughout the world. But we need to stop just celebrating that day as just only for that day. We need to start, you know what I'm saying, relating more of the messages to our loved ones, our kids and everything outside of Martin Luther King, because you're supposed to do that on his day. But if you don't do it after his days is gone, you know what I'm saying, then that means, you know what I'm saying, we're not really, keeping that torch lit, even though it's on fire, man. But shout out to the chat, everybody rocking that orange and blue. What up with the great panels, you know what I'm saying, for the love of the game. Greeny, my man. Yo, I don't know if anybody told you yet, but I'm gonna say it right now. Greeny's like 6'7".
Damn,
Like
Greedy.
6'7". Yeah,
I seen him in the picture.
And Tim is like 6'3". Tim looked like a baby version of Ron Simmons, the old wrestler.
Shout out to the bro Tim.
Yeah.
And shout out to MLK. MLK would have been 94. Big shout out to MLK.
Yeah, it was a great game, man.
Shout out to my grandson who actually shared the birthday with King.
Yeah.
So my grandson turned 2.
Happy birthday.
Happy born day, man. That was a great game, man.
His middle name is King. So because he
King, happy birthday, King.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday, King.
No doubt, man. May the Kings rise up, man. That was just a great. It was a great game, great atmosphere, man. Great being amongst the brothers, the family. You know what I'm saying? Who you rock with that on a daily basis. That was just a great time, for us, man. For real, for real. And we're gonna have some more great time. The world already know I'm coming to see him this week. I'm coming down there to come hang out with Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying? Because he deserved that love too. So I'm coming to hang out with Baby Boy. But to be honest with you, y'all talking about them plays at the end of the game, man. I feel like the game was over 3 minutes after Quickly went to sit on that bench. Quickly was in that game, man. Quickly had that game all tied up in his hand. They couldn't do nothing with Quickly. He was breaking them down, do whatever he wanted to do. He was getting easy shots straight off and Quickly. As soon as they sent him to that bench, man, the whole momentum just switched.
What time they sent him to the bench, Big? What
time? I think that was like the beginning of the fourth quarter or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
They took him up out of there, and when
he didn't come back in. Did he come back in the game? He
didn't come back to like under 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That was
that's
too
late.
Game
that's that late bad game execution.
Yo, Boog, you was calling it in the game, Boog. You was like Quickly. He said during the game, like Quickly was on like the third best player on the team.
Yeah.
And after he said it, Quickly was just getting some easy buckets and just doing some things. And I was like, I started really looking at it. But then, like y'all said, they took him out, and then that was that. I think he should have been plugged in maybe in overtime.
Yeah,
he hit some clutch free throws too. He Quickly hit clutch free throws too. Yo, Mitch hit a clutch free throw. Yeah, he did. He went 1-1. But I went off on that.
That should have been a flagrant.
I will tell you, I went off on that play on RJ. What are you doing? He don't even touch the ball like that. He posted. Yeah, I understand you posted. It's too late in the game. RJ, you just come off him making a basket and knocking down some free throw. You got momentum. The shot clock is running out. It's 5 seconds. You gonna get a ball to Mitch?
Crazy.
Man,
he was like, yo, why you? He's like, yo, what are you doing? What are you doing? But he stood there like he looking like he wasn't sure. He shouldn't have did that. He right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo.
But I ain't gonna lie, Mitch was calling for it. I seen he was down there asking for it. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he called for it. He called for it.
It was tough.
But he's not supposed to give it like Boog said.
I see what he's saying.
Because you know why? He made the free throws. He made the free throws, or one of them.
He made one, yeah.
Mm-hmm, he made one.
Yeah, but he can't make a quick move up under with 5 seconds on the shot clock. That's one. Number two is that type situation. They ain't getting ready to let him get no dunk, none of that. No, they're going to foul him off rip. So it's really, you got two scenarios going against Mitch. But me as one of our best players, I'm good. I'm good with your decision on your shot, whether you make it or miss it. Like I was good with when Brunson came down and stopped and popped. I was good with that. And and the reason why I was good with that because if y'all watch Brunson, Brunson cannot get to the paint without doing at least 3-4 moves once he get in there. I think I said that before, last week.
You said it to me.
Yeah,
he don't got enough time to get that off.
Yeah,
if he go deeper in that position. Mm-hmm.
He go in there. He can't just really like go to the hole without pump faking, reverse pivot, drop step, fade away. He can't do that. So when he came down, he stopped and popped. That's a normal NBA shot. So when that missed, I was good shot. He went for the kill.
Yo, if he would have made that.
I said the same thing.
Would have went crazy if he would have made that.
Yeah,
we would have ran on the floor like a college game.
think about like what I said already. Hardwood. Before that, Hardwood, we was not hearing the whistle when they would make. We couldn't hear the whistle. Like you couldn't hear it. So imagine how loud. When RJ dunked the ball, it was ridiculously loud, bro.
Oh my god. Yo, I started running like everybody was going crazy. I'm like, yo, son, but that was the best move to make because they didn't expect him to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like that's why I don't understand. I know he make mistakes, but like when I looked at the scorecard, like the like yo, son had 32.
Yeah.
Like Brunson had 26, Randell had 21. You know, when you go and look at what he was shooting, his field goal percentage wasn't. He was 435. You know what I'm saying? He had an all right game. You know what I'm saying? From three, he missed a few threes. He wasn't too great from three.
That's where he missed the threes. He was like 8 for 12 or some crazy number in 2-point range.
No,
RJ was.
No,
he was like 8 for 12 and 2 point.
I tell you
for
right
2
now.
pointers.
He was 10 for 23
for 2
from
pointers?
the field. From the field, yeah.
And what he was for the 2
but it was
total,
he missed like 5
threes.
5 threes, yeah. Because it was like for 2 pointers, it was like 8 for 12.
He was 2 for 9 from 3.
You see, that's 9 shots. There you go. That's what it is.
I remember I remember he was shooting.
That's too many threes
he
to
was watching the game. He missed those threes consecutively. Remember, Hardway? It was like right before halftime. He missed like 4 in a row. He just kept bricking. He was bricking. That's when it came from right there.
That's not good, but it happens. It's part of the game. We was in that game. We should have had that game. I feel like I said earlier before you came on, just the fact that we fighting and we got a fighter's chance. I'm happy because I know down the line next season we're gonna be better. This playoff season we can knock somebody out. He just gotta build, the players on the bench, or like I said earlier, fill in those spots so then we could really grow because the bench need a break. They need somebody to come in that could play and give our bench a nice rest. So by the time we get the playoffs, those guys could be 100% or at least 90 or 85 because it's not going to work with Randall playing every game like this and Brunson the same. Brunson fall like 35 times a game. Like I be counting them. Like, that's another fall. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised FanDuel ain't got that. How many times is Brunson going to fall tonight? You know what I'm saying? He be balling though. He's scoring 35, but he fell 30 times. Like that ain't healthy. His body hurting. Can't take but so many shots. You know what I'm saying? That man need a rest. And if he get a rest, knowing basketball, if you play basketball, it's nothing like giving the body a rest. It's nothing like it. And good coaches, you know what they do? Y'all ain't even got to come to practice. Just get rest. And dudes ball out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying all the time, but that's something that you do to rest your players. What's good, Boulevard? How you doing?
What up,
you
bro?
Want to pose another question before we get out of here, L? What we think about tonight's game or something? Or you had another question? Did we
got Boulevard in the building?
I low-key wanted to say we did have the stars with us on the block though, Hardwell. Me, you, and Boogie out there on the block. Al Hahn, Wally Zerbiak chilling with us in the feel me. For the stars
nice
is
picture,
out,
man. Nice
the
picture.
Stars
nice
is
picture.
out. They you feel me? So y'all gotta pop out next time. We had a whole sidewalk lit. Stars
next
coming
time
up
we having an event. Next time we gonna have like a lounge where we gonna go. We could go in there, eat and chill. Probably go live with the podcast. You know what I'm saying? So next time it's gonna be fire, and that's what we talking about right now. So you know.
Yo,
But
hold
we
on
did
real
have
quick. What
we
up,
did have
Greeny?
fun.
What up, J Bug? What
Yo,
up,
what's
L?
good, family?
What up, Hard
What's
Will?
good, Boulevard?
Salute,
What
bro.
up, baby? What up, Corey? Cole?
Good
What's
to see you.
going on?
Good to see you.
Listen, I was supposed to come down this Friday, but I got a little situation going on up here in New York with my grandma, so I'm not gonna make this one. But I will be. I promise you, I'll be down there for the next one. And when that Corey know, without man, prayers for my grandmas and whatnot, me and my peeps and whatnot.
Mhm.
But what I will tell you,
Prayers
that
to your
game.
grandmoms.
Thank you. Salute. That game was a good game, but we could have killed them dudes, man. I mean, if we ain't miss our free throws or whatever, we could have won that game. And that was a foul on RJ. I mean, RJ. Excuse me. Word.
Mm-hmm.
Straight up.
Facts.
And I think, they talking about bringing Bullock back. I ain't gonna front. I wouldn't mind having him back. I ain't gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna
Because
lie. I
Bullock
would
is
not
gonna play
mind
defense.
having. He's gonna play that D.
He's gonna play the
But
best
he's gonna
player.
play that defense. He's gonna play
You
that
know?
defense and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna play the best player. And I wouldn't take Grimes out of the situation. I'll put him in the thick of things and let him do what he gotta do. And see what happens from there.
And take
You
Bullock.
already out
need
there.
somebody that's gonna pull that trigger. Bullock, and he ain't afraid to pull that trigger. He
Bam.
you know,
He's
you
not
can't be
scared.
What you
afraid to
saying
pull
with
the
the
trigger.
bench, Al? You saying you need
Nah,
somebody
just in general,
that?
like he ain't
Oh.
afraid to take the shot. He ain't afraid
Right.
to
He's
take
not
the shot.
afraid to take that shot.
He's gonna take
Nope.
the shot.
I-
But he's gonna play. He's gonna play within the offense. You know, so you know you got times where right now McBride is indecisive on when he should shoot and when he should pass.
Mhm.
He's in between that line. He's straddling the fence on
Mhm.
that. He don't know when to do either or. But it was funny. I'm looking at the playoff game. Not to change the subject. I know we get ready to get out of here. But I'm looking at Tom Brady.
Bullock. Why D cool?
Yo,
Said,
I
let
mean,
Bullock
say
stay
that.
with
I'm not preaching for him to come. I'm just saying.
No,
What you
I
gonna
think
get.
he
ain't
played
afraid.
defense. That's all.
Yeah, I'm watching the.
They
I'm
want
watching
Cam
the. I'm
Reddish.
watching the
Right, they
Bucks
want
game
Cam.
against the Cowboys, right, y'all?
Mhm.
And Tom Brady. I don't know if this is boxing terms. I don't know if Andrew's still in the building, but yo, Tom Brady is like that boxer who see the shot, who can't throw the punch no more.
He can't pull
Tom
that trigger.
Brady's.
Yeah,
He
can't pull that trigger no
can't throw
more.
the punch. He can't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
He
They
can't pull
saying
the
the
trigger.
49ers might trade Lance and go get Brady for the next year.
Nah, Brady can't pull it. Grady can't pull a trigger. He can't throw. He missing. You ain't never seen Tom Brady. It's gone. It's gone.
It can't
It's
go away
gone.
that fast.
It's
That
gone. I
arm
remember
gone.
He
watching
can have a
Oscar De La
bad
Hoya.
game, Al.
I remember
He
watching
can have a
Oscar De La
bad
Hoya
game.
against Pacquiao, right? Against Pacquiao. The
I
shots
just
was
feel like
right
he ain't
there
got
for De La
nobody
Hoya
that
to
could
take.
block for him.
Right? The shots was right there for De La Hoya to take, and he couldn't pull a trigger. He couldn't pull a trigger, so Pacquiao just tattooed him. But the shots was right there. He was afraid to throw his jab. He was afraid to throw it. It looks like that it ain't there no more, you know. And that's what it looked like for Tom Brady. And I said, "Damn, Tom, I'm a Jet fan,
Nah,
and I
finished.
know
ain't going out like that on
that's
Tom
it.
too
He
soon.
finished.
Nah,
He
it's
finished.
over.
To say that on
It's
Tom.
over.
Nah,
It's about
too
us right
soon,
now.
bro.
We going.
no, it's how
I think we
soon.
going.
How soon?
Okay, Bully, say it
No, I'm
again.
not saying
Bully.
he ain't out of here soon, but
Going,
I think
Greeny.
that
We going,
off
baby.
of that game, it don't say he should retire because anybody can have a bad game.
What you always like to say about growth and development, right? If he stayed there, he's stomping the growth of another quarterback that could potentially have that spot to help that team win.
But you the one said that it's better for guys to come in and learn from a quarterback.
He been there.
Wasn't
How many years he been there? 3, right?
Who
So,
Brady?
Yeah.
Yeah, he might move on. I mean, even though if Brady stayed there, he's not staying long. He's not really gonna hurt the quarterback. He only gonna stay.
As long as he don't come to the Giants, I don't care where that dude goes.
No, I don't want him on the Jets. But at this time, like, you know, I want to give Tom Brady his props. I'm a Jet fan. I can't stand him and the Patriots. I can't stand him, but I got to give him. He's one of the best.
Y'all about to get
one
Lamar.
of the best.
Lamar
We might get Lamar. We might get Lamar.
Yeah,
the Jets might
over there to the Jets.
I didn't see it, Greeny, but I heard about it. I didn't see it, but I heard about it.
I love
Giants.
y'all guys. I love y'all guys to the fullest, but I don't care nothing about Tom Brady. I'm undefeated against him in the Super Bowl. I don't care nothing about nothing else going on right now. But these guys right here, man. What's happening right here, man? Yeah, it's these guys right now.
Gee, man.
They one of the final 8 teams in the league, and they one of the final 4 teams in the NFC, and we ain't even supposed to be here.
Books, I think we gonna go. I think we going to go.
No, you know who ain't supposed to be here, Books? Minnesota wasn't supposed to be here. I was
Yeah,
so
they
happy
was.
that clock finally struck 12 on their ass. They skated and they got lucky this whole season
I
through
think
so many
in
games. Like Murphy's
the
Law was
Giants
in their
won.
favor this season. Murphy's Law, anything that could for the other teams, anything that could go wrong went wrong for them teams playing against the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm not talking about things that the Vikings. I'm talking about self-inflicted wounds from the Buffalo Bills to the Giants to the Jets. The list go on and
The
on.
Giants
So
ain't have nothing to lose.
I can't stand. I'm so happy the Giants beat Minnesota. I can't stand the quarterback. I can't stand him. I don't like him as a quarterback. You know what I mean? I think he overrated. I think he's soft. You know, so I was so happy that the Giants did it. And I got to give my man
Shout out Keyshawn. What's good, Key?
I got to give my man Danny his props. I got to give him his props.
Keith Turner, don't be
Good
down.
game.
Yo, bro, we in the best place we've been in so many years. You are OG, bro, and you saying it's hard to be a Nick.
KT,
Bro,
man,
you older than me, bro. You we around the same age, maybe. I don't know, whatever. But what I'm saying is, if you come from the era of being a Knicks fan for a long time, we was nowhere. Or if you older than me, you go back further than you remember when they was good, but I don't. So, well, my point to you is, you don't got to look at it like that, bro. We in a way better shape. Like being in the Garden, watching them boys fight against Toronto, and we just went in their crib and beat them. And like Worldwide L saying, we don't even have our bench in shape right now, bro. So it ain't hard to be a Knicks fan right now at all because we overachieving. I didn't expect this team to be fighting like this so fast, and they kind of doing that. So, and I'm not like I seen what you were saying before, like. So you entitled to think how you want. That's the best thing about this Knick community. But as far as being down about being a fan, I'm gonna say something about that to you, bro. Don't be down. We in the best position we've been in a minute. And you get what I'm saying when I say that too. Because if you coming from back when we was losing for so long, then you got to keep it real. You know, we haven't beat the Warriors in how many years and all them type of crazy stats you hearing. So now when we actually going out here punching these dudes in the mouth and we lose by one, and even the player you don't like, RJ, he went down court and dunked on Scotty Barnes to send it in overtime. I'm in the building
Man,
for
he
that.
fleshed it on
That's
homeboy.
priceless.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's priceless. And he got fouled. You know what I mean? So
I got
you don't have
video.
to like him. And I respect you regardless. I'm just saying in reference to what the whole team is doing. It's a lot of stuff to be proud of, man. And Leon Rose and them do deserve more credit sometime than we give them. That's why I double down and say, nah, if they didn't take Brunson or if they didn't do this or that, where would we really be? Think about that. We be the same team. Because Brunson is balling. Players is balling on this team to fight for us. And we're going to get better. So I'm just saying, if I'm been positive, because I didn't expect us to win the Eastern Conference or anything like that. So for us to even go to a second round or win more than one game in the playoffs this year, to me, that's an accomplishment. And I'm excited about next year after we make moves and do certain things. It's just a bright future for the Knicks, the Yankees, the Giants,
Man,
the
the
Jets,
town in general,
the
though.
Mets.
Word.
And we've been did a show about
Word.
that. I'm gonna relaunch that show and we're gonna talk about it because it's true. We about to be lit. The whole New York is gonna be lit. And Boogie gonna have a record. He gonna have a record promoting every bit of every one of those teams. So stay tuned.
Jay Boogie
Salute,
everywhere.
Eddie C.
Yo, you everywhere, dude. I seen you on TV, man. I was like, yo, that's home. Yo, that's Jay Boogie right there. I seen you on
That's
TV
us.
too, Hardware. Word, yo,
Us.
y'all was everywhere in that garden. I ain't gonna front. I seen
Yeah,
y'all,
we was
yo.
all over.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, once Jay Boogie, we was already close to the rim, but the security, they know Jay Boogie. They let you move anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it was love, man. Like I said, man, we always gonna be at the games. So we gonna have events so people can meet us at the game. And wherever you sit, we still link up after the game, hang out if the weather's right. You know, New York is cold. We was fortunate to get a nice night to talk outside and really chill, you know, and see people. So that was fortunate for us, you know what I'm saying? So we cherish the moments. And I was just thinking in my studio, they got these things that you could buy them pictures if y'all saw the commercial where you can stick them on your wall. I'm gonna start getting those moments like that and build the mural, build the whole wall of all those fly pictures with all of the top. You know what I mean? Well, we be outside doing all this stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, keep collecting moments, man. And when y'all like that Atlanta game worldwide, make sure you always get moments. Worldwide go on the court and he find a way how to get down there in Atlanta and see those guys. You know what I mean? So I know he gonna
Yo,
get some
Al,
moments.
I'm sorry, Hart. I'm sorry, Will. Yo, man,
No, it's
man,
okay.
I promise you, I'm
You
gonna
Turner,
get
we
down
love
there,
you, bro.
boy. I'm gonna get down there, man. Me and you gonna chop it up, Jadakiss. I'm telling you, and I'm gonna come with the shirt called "Hold On, Hold On." Let me talk. I'm gonna make sure you got that, dog.
Let me get mine. Hold on. Let me get a little bit of that. Keith Turner said, "What
Shout out
progress?"
to Allah Waz in the building.
This is the progress. I'm gonna help you out real quick, Keith, before we go off. Right. You look at the age of the team. So you look at the age of what the team is. This is how you break it down in all areas, right? Look at the talent that they have, right? Look at the stock of draft picks they have. Look at the money that they could spend. You know, they could do a lot of things. So that's why if you don't see that progress, I don't know how to help you on that. It's there.
Yeah, that's
You
why I
got young,
said
you got
after
young
that,
talent that's
I
growing. You
can't
got young
say
talent
nothing,
that's
man.
growing
I'm
with
just
each other,
trying to give you
and they can
some
play with each other.
point of
So
view.
now you got that. Now you what
Positive
you looking
point of
at
view.
right now? What you looking at from this team is you looking on what pieces you can add to this team now, because
Yeah, you
this
sound
puzzle is still
disgruntled,
not
Keith
complete.
Turner,
Yeah, this
because
puzzle's not
nobody
complete.
expected us to be this good, bro. Come on, what you expecting? Like, we
Just
doing way better than what we
think like this,
expected, bro.
Keith. We
We
sit in the
didn't know we
6th
was
seed,
gonna be
right?
there. We here
And
though.
we ain't even got a bench. Our bench is dead
I
last
mean,
in
he
scoring.
listening, so he heard
It's
me break
dead
that down
last in
already.
scoring, Keith. Our bench is dead last, but yet we
Look,
the
Look,
10th best
everybody's
team in the
saying, "Come
league."
on, Keith."
So if you don't
My
see the
thing is,
progress,
everybody mad with the
I don't know.
team.
Maybe you need to listen to the games, or maybe you need to turn on 98.7. Was that still on the fan in New York? What's that 98.7?
Yeah.
The fan. What is it?
ESPN,
ESPN. And
Yeah,
listen to the game.
98.7.
In
Originally
case you don't
Kiss
see the
FM, but
progress, you can
ESPN.
hear the progress. You can hear the progress.
See
My
me,
thing is,
like
of
I
the
said,
fans want to be going crazy, but they didn't have the Knicks being this good this far into the season. So why are you even complaining? Like, that's just my thing.
and
It's just
Greeny,
like the
you know
Giants.
that's
You can't
always
even
been my
complain.
take, right, Greeny? Greeny, you know that's
Good
Yeah.
always
point,
been
Greeny.
my take.
Good point.
And I sell L that all the time, like how we talk about the Giants and the Jets overachieving. They just setting a foundation to build off of something. And I think for the Knicks, they really needed it because they wasn't going to go in the other direction. Me and L was talking about that earlier because they kept on striving for other things, trying to go for big players, make that splash move because it's New York, which is understandable. But I'm
That's a
glad that it
fact.
didn't look like nothing. Like what they
Word.
did
Like,
wasn't worth
be
it.
happy that
Because
Brunson came here and they got the chemistry
Yes.
going how it's going before a whole year. Like, they
Good
didn't have
point.
to waste 2 more
Yeah.
years for it to
I'm happy with this
be
team,
happy
bro.
that it's going in the right direction,
Good
bro.
point,
And I'm
Greeny. Good
happy
point.
that Randall. I was telling Jay Boogie the other night, I was like, yo, bro, I haven't said one thing bad about Randall all season because he's not playing bad.
Yup.
And I want people to know it's a balance with me. Like, I call you out, but I'm not going to keep trying to find a way to call you out just because I called you out before. I don't have to narrative chase. If that narrative ain't there, that's not the point. It's nothing to talk about. And that's what people do that I'm never going to do. If RJ playing bad, I put him on a milk carton. Now he's not. So I'm not, there's no reason to keep saying that. So it's just levels to how we're going to call a game. And I'm always going to keep it fair. And I think when I said,
when
I
Daniel
yelled at
Jones
Randall
was
and he
playing
looked at
bad,
me, he knew who I was,
I
bro.
gave
I'm
it to
telling
his
you.
ass.
You
But
look at somebody
when
like this, you know who
no,
he
when he's
is,
playing
bro.
good, I gave
Shout
him his
out
props.
Randall. Yo, Randall. I know you know who I am, bro. I looked at you, I called your name, you looked at me, you said, yo, Hard Will, stop playing with me in your head.
Oh,
I
he
know
called
that's
you
what
out?
you said.
Called you
No.
out?
In his head, how he looked at me, he
His
gave me
head.
that
Oh.
look like he gave me that
Okay.
Kodak Randall look.
Okay.
He gave me that Kodak
wait.
Randall like this.
That's that picture you brought up. What's that?
That's that
Yeah,
dude
that's that
right
picture.
there.
Yeah.
I was like,
Oh.
yeah, Randall.
And remember, we
Randall doing good. Keep
stealing
doing what you're
cars.
doing, Randall. And I think that don't move Randall because he's playing with these guys well. And if we bring in a shooting guard that can fit it out too, that's going to be a starter. I'm cool with
Can I
that.
ask a
Put
question?
Grimes to the bench.
Can I ask a question to the panel?
Sure. Last
All right.
question before we get out of here.
All right. I mean, it's not it's irrelevant to me, but all right. I want to keep Randall. I want him to give up that 30 though, and give it to Bernard King and let it put it up in the rafters. Let him get another number. That's what I'm saying. Am I wrong
But
for
are
it?
the Knicks trying to retire his number?
I think so.
No. Are they?
No.
I mean,
That would be
his
up to
tenure
them,
wasn't here. His
Boulevard.
tenure here wasn't that long. I think that's. I mean, they that's why it hasn't been done yet. And I think that they just give him his just dues as though he worked, and he employed by the Knicks.
Did he
Kind of
ask?
way.
Did Randall ask King for that number? That's all I want to know.
Since
Julius can't
his
put that
mama wore that
jersey.
number.
Yeah, he can't put that jersey on unless Bernard give him the okay. You know,
I
just like
understand that.
Melo wanted that jersey number
Mel-
2, but he didn't. I don't know why
yes,
he
he
didn't
did.
give
Right.
it, but he gave it to Julius. But see, one thing you got to realize: some of these players that they allow their numbers not to be retired, that
Mm.
always be in arena watching. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Their former
Okay.
teams play games.
Okay.
They like sitting there and watching their old number still out there on the floor. They
Okay.
like that. That gives them something different. You know what I'm saying? That's my
Right.
old number right there. You know, give them something. Oh yeah, he putting on for the number.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But when it's just sitting up there in the rafters, that's just something to look up to. But if my favorite number is out there putting in that work, boy, I could talk to myself. I could talk to him. Be like, yeah, Drew,
Mm-hmm.
you putting in that work like I used to put. Boy, you look good in that 30. Boy, you look. You know what I'm saying? It's
Okay.
certain
Okay.
things how
Okay. I
you
get
feel
it.
about it.
I just wanted some clarity on that, Jay. I ain't gonna front because I won't say like, man, let that man number rest. Give him new number. But if that's the case, I respect it for real.
Now he got the number already, so it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I
they
see.
was
It
going
ain't hard to
they
tell.
was going to
Word.
retire it. They would have never gave it to him. Like Boogie made a good
Fact.
point.
Fact.
They didn't
You're
give
right.
it to Mello, so that
Okay.
was
Right.
something
They didn't
there.
give it to
So
Melo. You're
whatever they
right. You're right.
decided to do, I don't know. You know, I don't really have the no say
Shout out
so
Hillary Clinton in the
into it.
building.
Brunson
Hillary
is
Clinton.
serious about winning. I like that comment too. He is Hillary. He is. Make sure you subscribe, everybody. Hit the like button if you didn't already. Subscribe to
Hi,
the channel
Hillary.
so our subscribers can move. We haven't been moving, but we know we're getting more views. So show some love. All we want you to do is hit the subscribe button.
Man, y'all
It's
about
for
to blow
free.
up, man. For
We're
real,
also
kid.
gonna have giveaways and stuff like that where we're gonna raffle. I think Elle said we might raffle a dog. We're gonna give
Got
away
some puppies
phones.
on
We're
the
gonna
way.
raffle. Yeah, we're gonna raffle a phone. Whereas if you buy the raffle, maybe $20-$30, for a flip phone or iPhone. We're gonna do some giveaways coming up.
Mm.
But if you're not
Shout out
subscribed,
Canteen
you can't.
Wireless.
Yeah, shout out
Canteen.
Canteen. If you're not subscribed, you can't win. And I can see who is subscribed, and it's a lot of y'all
Yep.
who I even talk to in the chat. And I don't mind because it's a show. I figure you watch, you have fun. But if you're gonna be real, you should subscribe. Because it's like coming in my store. I can't force you to buy. But once you
Mm.
keep coming back, that means you like what you're seeing. So
Mm-hmm.
just subscribe. It's still free. You know what I mean? And
No
I
doubt.
never call nobody out. We know who everybody is. Subscribe. They tell you when you go to your studio and see your analytics. When you get a new subscriber, we know all of that stuff. And we're not worried about it, but we just saying support the channel is reference to subscribing because you can't send us anything. When we get to 1,000 subs, then we could get super chat. So please help the channel out by just subscribing. Don't wait till we blow up and say you used to be here. Because I'm gonna say I know you, just like people see me at the game and talk with us at the game, hang outside. Greeny could tell you. So it's like L about to go and meet up with Corey Lee and people in Atlanta. We do this in different states. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
We're gonna be in the
I hate
Chicago
that I'm gonna
game
miss
soon.
this, but that's all right. That's cool. I'm
Yeah,
gonna see y'all
so
though.
I even got Big
we
Bro
going
Mo
to a
coming out
Chicago
Friday.
game soon. You know what I
Word.
mean? I got to talk to the sponsors about that. But yeah, man. Let me shout out the chat before we get out of here. Sporty Shorty, salute. Keith Turner, good to see you. Like I said, Allah Waz, what up, bro? Keyshawn, Hillary Clinton, Sporty Shorty, D Cool. Who
Josh,
else
you
is
coming
in
down
here?
Friday? Hit my phone. Let me know if you coming down
Eddie
Friday.
C, what's good? Good to see you, bro. Public Enemy, the Public Enemy.
Josh got so much dust on my phone, he can't even see my.
David L. David L. All right, I ain't going too far. I probably shout at everybody else. C-Mac was in here, J Bug. I told him C-Mac was sitting next to Tim. It was just off GP. Nobody basically knew. And them dudes like, oh, talking, Tim, C-Mac, the fly guy. Like, oh shit. It was crazy.
And
It was crazy.
shout out to the Brooklyn Foundation community too, man. We get ready to reach out, touch bases with them. That's the lady that was on the floor with with Kurt Thomas, that took the picture. We don't got her information, anything. We're gonna link up and do some things with them people too, man. So shout out to them, you know what I'm saying, giving us an opportunity to come through and rock with them, man. Shout out to everybody, everybody that's getting ready to start rocking with the network, you know what I'm saying. Matter of fact, this is a network. This is a movement. We get ready. We this is a movement we got going on right now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of
J
good
Bugs,
things
you're
really
right.
happen.
You're totally right. I'm sorry, bro. You're right.
Like
You're right.
Hard Will say, don't wait too late, man. You know, just come through, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share. Tell a friend and tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? Come through, hit the like button. You don't have to come on. You know, just the like, the thumb, that right there helps out more than anything. You know what I'm saying? That lets you know that you least care about. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just stopping in and you know, I know how we can get sidetracked. Something happen, we got to go, but just hit the like button. That's all they asking for. You know, make sure you got the same love that we got for the game.
Well, them dudes is one.
Appreciate those words.
Them dudes got good content, and they talk that real. WL talk his real, and Hardwill talk his real, and whatnot. Y'all support them all day, for real.
And
For real,
and
for
the
real.
conversation, you know,
That's why I beat your ass.
good conversation, and you could join the panel. Shout out to my nephew Josh, Uncle Fulio. If you're not subscribed to his show, you know, The Controversy on the MBK Network. Make sure you go subscribe to him as well. And that's about it, man. Y'all enjoy the game. Anybody else want to say anything before we leave? You could. Y'all enjoy the game. Stay out the way.
Hi.
Hey,
Hey, what's up?
how you doing?
World
Every time I see you getting
What's
taller.
up, L?
Every time I see you getting taller. You getting taller and taller every time.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna play basketball tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show you some stuff. I'm gonna show you some of that, some handle stuff. Don't worry. I know your dad show you. I'm gonna show you some stuff too.
All right, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
See you later.
They don't be running with that candy in your mouth.
Nah, she on breaks right now. She on breaks right now.
Call Mega in the building. Salute to you, Eddie F. Salute to you, Geraldine. Good to see you.
Miss
Again.
Geraldine.
Sporty Shorty, always, bro. You already know. That's
go
my
subscribe
man
to
Wiz.
Sporty Shorty. Go subscribe.
Make sure you go subscribe to Sporty Shorty as well.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, can I say one thing real quick?
Sure, go ahead, real quick.
J Bug, man. You know, I listen to your words. You're an inspiration straight up to me, right? Words for my grandma's kid, real quick. My grandma's got a little situation going on. I'm up here upstate. If you could say something, bro, I would love it, and I'm leave it at that. I heard the song the other day about my dude and whatnot, and I appreciate that. But go ahead, bro.
You say she's still here, right?
Yeah, she's still here.
Yeah. Just gotta love and appreciate her for everything she done to you in your life, man. Just be there for her, you know, let her know that, you know what I'm saying, that you're here by her side as much as she been by your side, man. Just appreciate it and thank her, tell her you love her, you know what I'm saying? Make sure she got the proper love at this moment in time, you know what I'm saying? Because you owe it to her, you know. That's the one that brought your moms in. You know what I'm saying? So without her, your moms don't exist. You don't exist. So just being there by her side, that's enough for her. She knows she has a good grandson doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? So like you said, you needed to be there for the game. Yeah. Same thing like I told Hard Will the other day where he was like, my bad, I ain't making that where you was at with your family is more important than anything. We got plenty of games and all that to go to. But nothing is more important than being there with your family because you never know when you can't have that, you know what I'm saying, that time with them. So always, you know, cherish it, you know what I'm saying, be amongst your family much as you can every day. And like Hardwell was saying a few minutes ago about putting up pictures, make sure you constantly take pictures. Make sure you always have, you know, vision of everything while you with your parents, your little ones, anywhere, anybody that's family, you know what I'm saying? You want to always be able to see them and you want them to always to be, you know what I'm saying, looked and watched again, you know what I'm saying? Always want them to be cherished and carried on to the next moment, the next generation. That's who this is and this is who that is. So you, my brother, blessings and health go to you and your family, man. Just know, you know, it's not about what we're going through, it's what we can get through, man. You got all our prayers and our blessings for you, my brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Definitely.
That's all I need.
Mine
I'm good. We're going to win tonight.
We're going to win this game tonight for Grandma.
Thank you, Will.
We're winning this game tonight for Grandma.
Grandma going to be all right, man.
What up? Word. Thank you. Thank you, bro. Facts. We're going to win.
I just want to say big shout.
Yeah, Greeny.
Long time the money is back.
It seems
Yeah, Greeny, you can say it.
At best.
My No, you good. Go ahead.
Shaolin Kung Fu.
Yeah, Greeny,
To
you can
survive
talk.
must now be
Oh,
taught.
I was gonna say, just a big shout out to Worldwide L. Big shout out to Hard
We
Will,
must
man.
expand. Get more pupils.
Big shout out.
Appreciate you, Greeny.
The knowledge will spread.
Will.
Shout out to Canteen Wireless, T-Mobile. Let you know. T-Mobile Select Business.
RJ Barrett ahead. Here's Obi Toppin. Look out! Reach to the Bulls foul. No. Anthony for three. Bang! Finds Barrett. Get a shot up. This is for the win.
We gotta lay cool. We tired of being cool, man. Every time we turn around, you telling us to be cool. Shit, man, we tired. The same thing. Be cool. We be too cool, we gonna lose.